Good morning, students. Good morning to all of you. So in this session, we are going to discuss about new topic, that is cycloids. Okay, this is unit 1, class 9. So all of you listen carefully. So in this class, we are going to discuss about these topics. So they are, first we should know about what is curve. What is curve? Next, second topic is classification of special curves. Classification of special curves. Third one, define cycloid. Fourth one, types of cycloids. Fifth one, engineering applications of cycloid or practical applications of cycloids. Okay, so these are the topics. So we are going to discuss in this session. So let us see one by one. First, what is curve? What is curve? So here, curve is nothing but it is a line. Curve is nothing but it is a one type of line. So it is generated by moving point by constantly changing its direction. By constantly changing its direction is called curve. Once again listen. So curve is nothing but it is a line traced out by moving point by constantly changing its direction is called curve. So mathematically we can define it as, so what you can draw with a pen without lifting it up, that is also called, that is also curve. Okay, this is the definition of the curve. So here this is a parabolic curve. So we have a different types of curves, open curve, closed curve. So there are many types of curves. So this is one type of curve. So line is also, we called it as a curve. It is a special curve. Line segment is also called as a special curve. Why it is special curve means it is in straight. It is in straight. That's why it is a special type of curve. Line also called as a curve. Okay. Next, classification of special curves. That we will see next topic, classification of special curves. See here, special curves. So basically we have four types of special curves. Basically we have four types of special curves. One is cycloidal curves, second one is involutes, third one is spirals, and fourth one is ellipses. Okay, so under the cycloidal curves again we have two types. So they are cycloids and trichoids. In cycloid again we have three types. They are general cycloid, epicycloid, hypocycloid. In trichoids again we have three types. They are trichoid, epitrichoid, and hypotrichoid. So under the spiral curves, so we have two types. So they are logarithmic curves and Archimedean curves. So logarithmic curves and Archimedean curves. So these are the two types in spiral curves. So cylindrical curves and conical curves comes under helices. Cylindrical curves and conical curves comes under helix curves. Okay. So these are the special curves. But our syllabus point of view, we have only three curves. They are general cycloid, epicycloid, hypocycloid. Okay, so we will discuss about one by one. What is general cycloid? What is epicycloid? What is hypocycloid? Okay, these three topics only we have according to our syllabus. So let us see one by one. First of all, what is cycloid? Define cycloid. So how can we define a cycloid? So how can we define a cycloid? See here, whenever the circular body rolls along a straight line, whenever the circular body rolls a straight line without slipping, then it forms one type of curve. So that curve is called cycloid. Once again listen, all of you listen carefully. So define cycloid. How can we define a cycloid? Means, so when the circular body rolls along a straight path without slipping, then it forms one type of curve. So that is called cycloid. See here, so this is our definition of the cycloid. When the circular body rolls along a straight line without slipping, So then it forms one type of curve that is called cycloid. So or we can define in other way, cycloid is a curve generated by a fixed point P on the circumference of the circle which rolls along a fixed straight line without slipping. So this is about definition of the cycloid. See here, this is a circular body. This is a circular body. So this circular body is rolling on the straight path. So this whatever you see in green color, so that is a straight path. Okay, this is a straight path. This is your circular body. Now this circular body is rolling on this straight path. See, so here the circular body is contacting with the straight path or straight line at point P. So this is a contacting point. Point P is called contacting point between a straight path and circular body. Okay, so this circular body is contacting with the straight path at point P. See, after completion of half revolution of this circle, the point P will come upside. So at this particular position, next half revolution of this circle, so again this point P comes down at this position. So means again the point P will touches the again straight path. So here we have 3 points, P1, P2 and P3. If we join these 3 points, P1, P2 and P3, so whatever you are seeing a red color line, so that is a cycloidal curve. Once again listen, definition of the cycloid. How can we define cycloid? Means when the circular body rolls along a straight path or straight line without slipping, then it forms one type of curve that is called cycloidal curve or cycloid. Simply we call this as cycloid. See here, so whatever the circular body is rolling on the straight path, that is called rolling circle or generated circle. So whatever the straight path we have, so that is called directing line or director. Okay, so I hope you understand about this definition of the cycloid. So next we will see types of cycloids. So in cycloid again we have three types. They are general cycloid, epicycloid and hypocycloid. So these are the types. So let us see cycloid, general cycloid. So let us see first what is general cycloid. Already we have discussed in the above slide. What is cycloid means? It is a curve traced out by point on the circumference of the circle which rolls along a straight line without slipping. Or when the circular body rolls along a straight line, or straight path without slipping, then it forms one type of curve that is also called cycloid. This is about general cycloid. So next we will see animation of the general cycloid. So how the general cycloid curve will form. See, this is an animation video. All of you observe carefully. So how the general cycloid will form. So here we are taking a circular body. On that circular body we are taking one point P. So circular body is moving like this towards the right side. See here. So here the point P is contacted with a straight path. So here it is started. So after completion of half revolution, the point P will come upside at this particular position. So this is a half revolution. So next half revolution again this point touches the straight path. Okay, so here it is touches the straight path. So this is called cycloidal path, cycloidal curve or cycloidal path. So this is a animation video of the cycloidal curve. So next we will see the epicycloid. What is epicycloid? So what is epicycloid? Epicycloid is nothing but it is a one type of curve. Okay, whenever the one circular body rolls on another circle, whenever the circular body, small circle rolls on another circle, so it forms a one type of curve that is also called epicycloid. Once again listen, all of you once again listen carefully. What is epicycloid? How can we define epicycloid? Means it is a curve traced by a point P on the circumference of the circle which rolls outside another circle, outside the another circle, or we can define in other way. So whenever the smaller circle rolls on another circle, it forms one type of curve that is called epicycloid. So here this is a circular body. On this circular body we have a small circle. We have a small circle. This small circle is rolling on the another circle. One small circle is rolling on another circle. So then it forms one type of curve. So that is called epicycloid. So all of you see here how the epicycloid curve will form. Means here. So this is a one circular body. This is a one circular body. Base circle, we call it as a base circle. Okay, so this is generating circle or rolling circle. So on that base circle, a small circle is rolling like this. So it forms one type of curve. This is a epicycloidal curve. This is a epicycloidal curve. So let us see how the epicycloid curve will form. Means see here, this is a circular body. So on that circular body we have a small circle. So here this small circle is rolling on this circle. See, it forms one type of curve that is called epicycloidal curve. See, see here, this is a small circle rolling on the another circle. So this type of this curve is called cycloid. Which cycloid is this? Epicycloid curve. Next we will see hypocycloid. What is hypocycloid? So hypocycloid is nothing but, so whenever the small circle rolls inside the another circle, whenever the small circle rolls inside the another circle, then it forms one type of curve. So that is called hypocycloid. See here, this small circle is rolling inside the another circle. A small circle is rolling inside the another circle. So it forming one type of curve. So this is a hypocycloid. This is also one hypocycloid. Okay, this is a hypocycloid. This one is a hypocycloid, and this one is called hypocycloidal shape. So how can we define hypocycloid? Once again listen. Whenever the smaller body rolls inside the another circle, it forms one type of curve that is called hypocycloid. Or we can define another way. It is a curve traced out by a point on the circumference of the circle which rolls inside the another circle. See, very simple. Whenever the circular body rolls along a straight path, then it forms general cycloid. Whenever the circular body rolls on another circle, then it forms epicycloid. Whenever the circular body rolls inside the another circle, then it forms hypocycloid. So this is about difference between epicycloid, hypocycloid and general cycloid. I hope you understand. So let us see practical applications of the. So this is a hypocycloid animation video. So see, this is a small circle rolling inside the another circle. Rolling inside the another circle. It is forming one type of curve that is called hypocycloidal curve. Okay. So let us see practical applications of the hypocycloid. Practical applications of hypocycloid. So here cycloidal curves are used in the design of gear tooth profiles. The design of gear tooth profile. So if you want to design gear tooth profiles, we use cycloidal curves. If you want to design gear tooth profiles, we use cycloidal curves. And also these cycloidal curves are used in the conveyor of mud boxes. Conveyor of mud boxes in the foundry shop. Okay. And also these cycloidal curves are mainly used in kinematic mechanism. in okay, these are the engineering applications of cycloids. Okay, first one is what? Design of gear tooth profile. In the design of gear tooth profiles, we use cycloidal curves. So in the design of conveyor of mud boxes, we use cycloidal curves, and also we use these cycloidal curves in kinematic mechanism. So these are the engineering applications of the cycloids. See here, first one, cycloid curves are used in the design of gear tooth profiles. See, so this is a gear meshing with each other. Here we have a two gears. So gear 1 or gear 2 or gear A or gear B. So these two are meshing with each other. So in the design of gear tooth profiles, we use cycloidal curves. Okay, this is the first one. And second one is what? So cycloidal curves are used in the conveyor of mud boxes in the foundry shop. So this is a conveyor of mud boxes. Okay, this is one type of conveyor. So we use cycloidal curves in the design of conveyor of mud boxes. And last one is what? So these cycloidal curves are used mainly used in kinematic mechanism. So to develop the kinematic mechanism. So this is a kinematic mechanism. So I hope you understand the engineering applications of the cycloids. So thank you so much.